Back then, schools didn't lock themselves up the way they do now. No cameras, no phones, no glowing screens in every pocket. Just keys, hallways, and the kind of quiet that settles in once everyone goes home. That's how it was the night the kids noticed the door. They weren't supposed to be out late. They weren't doing anything wrong exactly. They were just walking home together, cutting through the long way past the school, because that's what kids did back then. And that's when they saw it. The front door wasn't closed. Not wide open, just enough to notice. A thin slice of light spilling onto the steps. They stopped. Did someone forget to lock it? One of them asked. The school was big, older than their parents. Built back when hallways were wider and ceilings were higher, like the building expected important things to happen inside. None of them liked the idea of the door being open at night. So they did what kids often do when they think they're being responsible. They went in. The air inside felt different right away. Cooler, still. The kind of quiet that feels heavier than normal quiet. Their footsteps sounded louder than they should have as they walked past the office, past the trophy case, past the long hallway that seemed to stretch farther at night than it ever did during the day. They laughed a little, not because it was funny, because laughing made it feel less strange. They checked the classrooms. Desks lined up neatly, chalkboards erased, posters hanging still, like they were watching. "See," someone said, "everything's fine." That's when they heard it. A sound. Not loud, not clear, just movement. Somewhere deeper in the building. They froze. It sounded like a cart rolling, then stopping, then rolling again. They told themselves it was nothing. Schools make noises at night, right? Pipes, air, buildings settling. They took a few more steps. Then they heard the door. Behind them. The front door. Closing. Not slamming. Just closing. Every one of them turned around at the same time. The light from the outside was gone. The school felt much bigger now. They didn't run yet. They whispered, "Did someone else come in? Maybe it's the wind." But there was no wind inside. That's when the sound came back. Closer this time. Wheels, metal, a slow scrape against the floor. They didn't wait to find out what it was. They ran. Down the hallway, past classrooms, past the library where the lights were off and the windows looked like dark mirrors. They turned a corner and almost crashed into him. The custodian. He was standing there with his cart, keys hanging from his belt, flashlight in his hand. He looked surprised too. "What are you kids doing here?" he asked. They all started talking at once. The door, the noises, they were just checking. He sighed, but not in an angry way. "I stepped outside to grab something from my truck," he said. "Door must have swung shut when I came back in." He smiled. "You scared yourselves." They laughed, embarrassed now. He walked them back to the front door and locked it properly this time. "Next time," he said, "tell an adult. School sounds strange at night. Always have." The next day, everything looked normal again. Sunlight in the halls, teachers at the doors, noise everywhere. But something felt different. One of the classroom doors they had checked the night before was open now. Inside, the desks weren't lined up the same way. And on the chalkboard, written faintly in the corner, were words none of them remembered seeing before. "Lock up before dark." They didn't say anything. They didn't have to. From that day on, none of them ever walked past the school at night again. And every evening, just before sunset, the custodian made one extra round, just to be sure the school was really empty.